Hello. The BBC have produced 5 programmes on our family business over the past 5 years, and this is the 3rd BBC episode in this series. This programme, BBC Homes Under the Hammer, is the most popular property programme in the UK. Before you start watching it, I will just give you 3 short points of information. Firstly, if your aim is to buy any investment property in the UK as a passive investor, then you must watch the main property video. The latest version is located at the top of our website, that's findukproperty.com. A link to that video is also shown at the end of this video. This main property video explains what are the best investment properties in the UK and how to buy and manage them. It covers everything you need to know. You should watch it in full. Secondly, what we do is that we provide complete investment property solutions to passive investors who may be located in the UK or anywhere in the world. We acquire low-cost houses in over 28 towns in the northeast and northwest and then renovate them to good standards before renting them out. The properties are then sold by us as a complete package whereby we continue to manage and maintain the properties at our cost and provide the new owner with guaranteed rent for the long term. We have 8 main categories of properties priced between £65,000 and £120,000. From small 2-bed houses to large 3-bed semi-detached houses with drives and large gardens, and the latest prices are shown on our website. All houses are located in the north and are fully renovated, guaranteed and already rented out to good tenants. Our best value 2-bed houses come with a large lounge, dining kitchen, 2 bedrooms, a family bathroom and rear yard, all for under £70,000 and are fully guaranteed. As demand is higher than supply, our clients first make a reservation and then select the properties several weeks later when it comes to their turn. We are a family business established for 14 years, and as of 2021, we have over 60 directly employed staff, over 1,000 investors, and we are managing over 2,000 houses, all of which we have acquired and then renovated ourselves. We continue to buy and sell about 40 houses each month. We buy most of our houses direct from sellers, but in about 10% of cases, we do also use auctions, like in this BBC episode. Finally, this particular episode is around 3 years old. It relates to the renovation of a large 2-bed terraced house in the town of Burnley in East Lancashire, about 25 miles north of Manchester. The BBC production team followed our progress from buying the property at auction to full renovation and subsequent assessment. My daughter Sadia and my son Hashim fronted this episode, and after renovation the property was rented out. The property was selected by and transferred to one of our investor clients, and we continue to manage it for them under our net guaranteed rent system. This video was filmed in 2019, so the prices are out of date. Current prices are higher. The main presenter of this video is Martel Maxwell. Here is the episode.
Welcome to the show. Now, auctions do offer a unique opportunity to find fascinating properties, but at affordable prices.
And it's not all about opening an auction catalogue and choosing a property. It is all about the research.
Yeah, I often feel a bit like a school teacher telling people to do their homework, especially when they're thinking about buying their next home under the hammer. Well, buying at auction can be a very efficient way of purchasing property. When the hammer falls, the place can be yours in under a month.
Yeah, but please do me a favour, view the place before you decide to bid.
You'd be amazed at the number of people we meet who don't. Let's hope that's not the case with today's buyers. Here's what they bought.
And in Burnley, Martel finds herself quite literally in the dark.
Think of all the fun you could have as a wee kiddie playing Ghosties.
At 35. All of these properties were sold at auction. We'll find out who bought them and what they paid for them when they went under the hammer.
It's yours.
With its name derived from meadow by the River Brun, the Lancashire town of Burnley was an important mill town in the 1800s. With its location just 30 miles north of Manchester, today it's both a commuter hub and a vibrant centre for manufacturing. In 2013, Burnley was awarded an Enterprising Britain Award by the government for being the most enterprising area in the UK. Today's enterprise? Let's take a look, shall we?
I'm around a 5-minute walk from Burnley town centre to see a 2-bed terraced house which came with a guide price of £29,000 to £35,000 plus fees. Here it is. OK, it's quite promising. Nice fresh paint around the windows, double glazing, love the brickwork. Let's see what's inside. OK, inside, well, first impressions really do count, and it feels quite fresh, it's white, it's quite bright. You've got a room which may be a reception room, or it looks like it may have been used as a bedroom. Stairs going up, come to those in a moment, and then through to, say, a second reception room. There's a better feeling of space here, and it's pretty clean. Yeah, it's got double glazing and central heating, so lots of ticks, a fridge freezer. Now, I know from past experience not to just go opening fridge freezers when you don't know how long they've been there and what you'll find inside, so I'll spare you that. But you might want to put the fridge freezer in here, because this is actually the kitchen. Now, it's all very well having a small space, but you've got to work with it. What's the point in having units down both sides and making things feel so cramped? For my money, I'd be putting some units along here, round here, opening the place up, maybe creating a kitchen dining area with that reception room. But the good thing here is you've got plenty of options.
This seems like a pretty decent start. You could live with the layout if you had to, although a new kitchen is a must. So far, there's nothing too scary about the state of this house. Or have we spoken too soon?
I do love a cellar. Think of all the fun you could have as a wee kiddie playing ghosties.
And now we have light. So what do we have here? You have a decent space. It smells incredibly damp. It would be tricky to make this into a room for anything other than storage. There's no ventilation. Most of it's under the ground, and that damp smells pretty overwhelming. It's also very, very dark. There's a reason for that. There's no electricity. And the reason for that? Somebody's ripped out the electricity meter, and that could be a problem.
The lack of electricity into a building is an obvious inconvenience. There's often a delay in getting reconnected, but in the meantime, do you hire a generator if you need to renovate quickly, or twiddle your thumbs for a few weeks? I just hope Martell's brought a flask of tea. I wonder what's brewing upstairs.
Yeah, those floorboards aren't in the best of condition, but we do have a good-sized double bedroom, and also the double glazing is in really good order, or it looks to be. You always want to get it checked out. You have a bathroom on the other side of the staircase. Now, it's a decent size, probably not enough room for a separate shower. You've got your shower in the bath. You could definitely do with getting a new bathroom suite in there, and through to your second bedroom, which, you know, it is a double bedroom. It's not bad at all. The theme continues with the floorboards. It looks like somebody's done some renovations, whether it's rewiring or replumbing, but just done a bit of a shoddy job putting back the floorboards, so that needs some careful attention.
But apart from that, the layout upstairs looks pretty sound, and generally everything seems in order.
Outside, okay, it's not much of an outdoor area, but it is something, and it is yours. You could have a wee barbecue, somewhere for the kids to play. And what I love here is that you've got a separate back entrance here, so somewhere to leave your bins. All these recycling bins not cluttering up your front road. And also there's just a nice sense of this backyard, back alleys, neighbourhood, a sense of neighbourhood, very British. And I have it on good authority that in these parts, these back alleys are called the ginnels. So there you go, I like a good ginnel.
Does a local estate agent like this house with its ginnel? best ask him, I suppose.
Property's in reasonable condition. There's some general maintenance work that may need doing. There are signs of a bit of a leak upstairs near one of the chimney breasts. There's a bit of rising damp in certain locations on the ground floor. Kitchen and bathroom a little bit tired. It'd be a very popular investment property for somebody who was buying to put a tenant in it. Would give a high rental yield, and with it being within a close proximity to the town centre and the major local park, it would prove popular with investors.
This house needs some new floorboards and an electricity meter, but once you've done that, well, you've got a pretty good template. Let's find out who agreed when it went under the hammer.
2-bedroom terrace, needs modernisation. Start me off, 25. Straight in, thank you. 25,000. I'll take it in ones, 26. At 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. It's more like it, 31. 31.
The price of the house slowly crept up.
33, 34.
We rejoined with bidding at 34,500.
Yeah, 34 and a half, 34,750. 34,750. 35. 35. 35. 250. 35,250. 35 and a half. At 35,250, you're out? You are. So 35,250 once. 35,250 twice. Selling away at £35,250. Congratulations, sir. It's yours. 42.
So for £35,250, the 2-bed Burnley house was bought by Tarek. We've met Tarek and his daughter Rafia a couple of times before. First when they bought a terraced house, also in Burnley, and then when they bought a 3-bed house, also in Burnley. All the properties were bought by the family firm, and having met father and eldest daughter previously, we're meeting 2 more members of the family today, Hashim and Sadia.
Sadia, pleased to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Martel.
Hashim, pleased to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Congratulations. You've got some family kind of like dynasty going on. You've got a lot of properties, a lot of rental properties.
That's right. We all have our individual roles in the business. So my father set up the business about 10 years ago, and now I'm taking over more and more of his role in the sales and the marketing. Hashim here does all the buying of the property. My sister Rafia, she's head of operations and oversees all the renovation works. We also have an in-house lettings team. So we're all very busy, and we have about 900 properties in this area. In
900 properties?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
We're buying 30 every month, and at any one time we've got 60 as a work in progress.
30 properties a month. How does that work? How do you even timescale project manage 30 renovations at one time?
So we have about 30 staff, and we have a full-on renovations team. What we do as a business is we buy properties, we renovate them, rent them out, and then sell them as investment packages. We're buying 30 a month and we're selling 30 a month as well.
The family business has obviously got a model that works really well for them, as does investing in this part of the country. So what was it about this particular property that fitted the bill?
This property is in a good location. We've also got a lot of properties in this area, so we know the area very well, and it'll be very easy to rent out.
The electricity meter has been ripped out. Have you done any investigating there?
Yes, so we've actually rang the energy company up to get the meter installed, because that's the only thing that's going to delay the renovation works. So they should be coming any day now to install the meter, and then we can get our electrician to make sure everything's safe. Once that's happened, we can then look at starting the renovation work.
A couple of niggles I had were those floorboards. So they look like they've been chopped to pieces as somebody's renovated. Will you replace them?
Yes, we will have to replace them because it's a health and safety issue. So we'll get those replaced. We'd also get a new kitchen and a new bathroom suite. And there's the cellar as well, which needs looking into. We'd get a damp specialist to look into the cellar to see if any tanking is needed.
What's your budget?
Our budget is £9,000 to £10,000.
Along with that £9,000 to £10,000 budget, they hope, provided they can get the electricity meter sorted, to complete the work in 8 to 10 weeks, and then hopefully it's another one done.
Listening to you have 900 properties. It's absolutely astonishing. Your dad must be a bit of an inspiration.
Oh, definitely. He's an entrepreneur, and he's got a great vision for the business, and we all believe in that vision, and we're hoping to take it on to the next level.
Best of luck. Can't wait to see the results.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Sadia.
Thank you.
Thanks, Hashim.
Thanks very much.
When you've renovated 900 properties, you've probably got a tried and tested formula. However, every property has its own story, and there's certainly plenty to do with that 10 grand budget. I just can't wait to find out how Sadia and Hashim do it. You can find out later in the show.
Still to come, the buyer of this Chesterfield site thinks he has the secret to success.
I'm a local guy, I know area a lot, so make good sense to buy it.
But when it comes to local knowledge, I think we can say Sadia and Hashim know Burnley pretty well.
Next month, we should be reaching our 1,000 property mark.
Now, we know how one property's got on, but we've still got 2 more to come.
Did our buyers back a winner?
Fingers crossed, let's find out. It's time to head back to Burnley now, where earlier Martel saw this 2-up-2-down terraced house. It had a guide price of between £29,000 and £35,000, and inside it really wasn't too shabby.
It feels quite fresh, it's white, it's quite bright, and it's pretty clean.
In fact, the only apparent drawbacks were a small kitchen and some floorboards that needed being replaced. But lurking beneath the floorboards, this house had a dark secret. Very dark.
I do love a cellar.
You've dug a long way down to find a hole in the ground.
The cellar was damp, smelly, and there was a good reason it was dark.
Somebody's ripped out the electricity meter, and that could be a problem.
But it wasn't putting off Sadia and Hashim, whose family business bought the house for £35,250. And they had a bit of a track record with property.
So we're all very busy, and we have about 900 properties in this area.
900 properties?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
We're buying 30 every month, and at any one time we've got 60 as a work in progress.
With about 900 properties under their belt, it was hard to see where they could go wrong, providing reconnecting the electricity supply didn't trip them up.
We've actually rang the energy company up to get the meter installed, because that's the only thing that's going to delay the renovation works.
They set themselves a timescale of 8 to 10 weeks and a budget no more than £10,000. We're back to see if these prolific property restorers have got this down to a fine art.
You're looking like a masterpiece. Can't find no imperfections. I swear there's nothing I won't do for you.
OK, so it's not a Sistine Chapel, but what I think they've managed to do here is turn a very run-of-the-mill property into a modern and comfortable family home. The kitchen has been replaced and now makes much better use of the narrow space here. A crisp new bathroom suite has been installed, and rather than tiles, they've gone for easy-to-care-for acrylic wall panels. Elsewhere, the reception rooms and bedrooms have been redecorated, new carpets laid, and new internal doors fitted. The gloomy cellar looks much more inviting than it did. There's obviously been a lot of work done down here.
The cellar was the biggest challenge. What we did was we tanked all the walls to make sure that they were watertight. Also, the floor needed levelling, so we screed the floor to make sure that the floor was level.
The house has been completely rewired, which must mean it's reconnected to the electricity supply.
We had to wait for the meters to be installed before we could start any work, and it took about 2 months or so for the meters to get installed.
To spruce up the central heating system, covers have been used to tidy up the old radiators, but the old boiler is still there.
The only thing remaining is to change the existing boiler. Our gas engineer has assessed the boiler, and it works perfectly and is safe to use.
The exterior is looking a lot smarter too.
We've sandblasted the front of the property to give it a clean, fresh look. We've also repointed it and sealed it as well.
Even with the 2-month delay in getting the meters sorted, their timescale of 10 weeks only drifted by 1 week. But did they keep to their budget?
So we budgeted for up to £10,000 and we have remained within that budget.
The family members all have their defined roles within the business, but does tension ever bubble to the surface?
We do have the odd squabble, but that's fine because we're all very closely knit. But it works really well because we can learn off each other. We all have different skills coming from different backgrounds, so we are all we worked in different areas before, so it's quite useful working together.
Dad Tariq and sister Rafia have come down to see how this one has turned out, and there's no sign they're planning on slowing down anytime soon.
Next month we should be reaching our 1,000 property mark, and the plan is then in 3 years' time to hit the 2,000 property mark.
They have found a model that works for them and they're sticking to it. But what will two local property experts think?
First impressions are the property's been done to an exceptionally high standard. I do a lot of work in the area and I would say by far it's one of the better houses I've ever been to.
They may well have created a standard that's too high and therefore too expensive for would-be renters and buyers, but in their experience it serves them well to go high spec in their renovations. The family have spent a total of £45,250 on this project, so how much do the agents think it's worth on the local sales market?
If we were to put this property on the open market, we'd expect to achieve between £50,000 and £55,000.
Yeah, that's all right. I mean, we're looking at around a valuation of around 55.
The family's business model is to let out the properties first, so how much could this house be let for?
I would expect an income of £380 per calendar month.
I would expect the rental to be £375 per calendar month.
We'll be looking to rent it out at between £380 up to £400 per calendar month.
If they manage to get £400 per calendar month, that would mean a return on investment of around 10.5%. But Sadia will soon be putting aside thoughts of sales and rentals for a while anyway.
So the main exciting thing is that I'm expecting and I'll be having my first baby soon. But that also makes me very busy, so I have to train the rest of the sales team, make sure that they're going to be okay without me. But with any family business, you're always involved, so I won't be taking normal leave. I'll be keeping an eye on them.
Oh, that's fantastic news. All the best with the baby Sadia.
Well, that's your lots for today.
Speaking of lots, auction lots, that is. There'll be lots more next time.
So join us then for more Homes Under the Hammer.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
If you are interested, then please visit our website. Watch the main property video in full and complete any inquiry form. You will get brochures and more details, and one of our staff will call you to understand your needs and answer your questions. You can provide your ID and get a draft reservation agreement to see the full terms. After this, you can also have a Zoom video meeting with myself or one of the senior staff to explain your requirements and cover any remaining questions. Please visit our website at findukproperty.com now. Thank you. Or you can continue watching one of these videos. Either select the main property video that covers everything you need to know about UK property investment. It is divided into 4 sections and I recommend you watch all of them. Or select one of the BBC TV videos. This is one of 5 BBC programmes produced over the past 5 years on our family business. Thank you.